Hey again everyone, this is Diabetes II here with the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Seed of the Week for January 3rd, 2021. The rules for the race are the same as usual and are shown on screen. For more information about the Seed of the Week, the Randomizer, and the DWR Discord community, check the description below. As for me, I stream DWR fairly regularly at twitch.tv/diabetes2, usually somewhere between 8 p.m. and midnight Eastern, including viewer-requested seeds and community races. So if you like, reasonably competent gameplay with commentary and chat, please feel free to stop by. At least for me, it's always a little bit more fun with an audience. Alright, so we're going to be doing some post-mortem commentary of my run through this week's Seed of the Week, as per usual. We will also see the results of this week's Seed of the Week at the conclusion of the run. So this week's flag set will be featured in the upcoming mini DWR tournament that will be a part of Randomania's Tournament of Hope to benefit the Bail Project, January 29th through February 7th. DWR will be in prime time on opening night, the 29th, at 8 p.m. Eastern. More on that in the description. We'll also talk a little bit about it at the conclusion of the run today. So, what are we going to see? Much of what we're used to, frankly. Randomized overworld map, town and cave locations, chest and search spot treasures, enemy zones, skills and spells, and hero stat growth and spells. In addition, we're going to speed things up with fast tech, speed hacks, 50% XP requirements, and short Sharlock. So hold on folks, we're going to be jetting through this one. Seeing the effect of the fast text right there, as Bomberman finds Erdrick's sword and Erdrick's token there in the throne room. Already well on our way in terms of finding things we need. Decent strength to start as well, not much in the HP department. We also have outside. Alright, bunch of levels incoming here. Alright, that's going to take us all the way to level 4. Got a bit of agility, a bit of MP, not so much in the strength department. If we did not have Erdrick's sword, we would definitely be on the slow side. It also seems we've migrated a little bit perhaps too far east or north, encounter a specter who sends us home. Double checking, no additional learn spells. Sometimes when you learn multiple spells over multiple levels gained, it doesn't show you that you've learned spells, so just double checking that. Looks like here just to the northeast there is also a town. I don't seem to be in too much excitement to go ahead and check that as we pick up level 5. Another big pile of HP and MP there. Still very much lacking in the strength department, but again, Erdrick's sword really putting in the work. I picked up Hurt and Return in the last couple of levels also. Doesn't seem to be a whole lot of push to see that town, and frankly, it's not all that critical. Outside of it being Remolder with keys, perhaps Cole with the armor, there's really not a whole lot else if we have Erdrick's sword that we're really going to gain by hitting up a town right quick, especially without a big pile of cash in our pockets. But we should go over and take a look, nonetheless. Meanwhile, pretty much anything in Zone 0, 1, and 2 we can take out with just a swing or two. Checking out the shops here in Cantlin, we see Full Plate Silver Shield. Good for if a gold grind is available. Chainmail Silver Shield here in the bottom shop. Actually, the weapons were the same too, that's kind of strange. Nearly identical shops there. Nothing we can afford though. No healing available. If I had had a little bit more cash, picking up some herbs would definitely have been the play there. Nice. Level 7. All the good stuff. We learned Heal, Although heal more might be a little more helpful in the long run, but we also critically picked up hurt more. We already have a ton of offense with the sword, but this is going to allow us to take on even bigger things. Such as the green dragon. Unless it dodges, with its 3% chance to dodge. Thanks, game. Appreciate it. Making me sound all stupid on the internet. Alright, we haven't gone west yet from the castle, and apparently for good reason, there's nothing there. So it looks like we're somewhere near the southeast corner of the map. I don't think there's anything further to the south with that flat edge there. Just double checking now. We've already seen the eastern flat edge, so only one direction to go. Alright, as I said, kind of smartly going ahead and going into Catlin, picking up some herbs. We picked up a dragon scale as well. Let's see if we equip it. That way we at least have some source of healing. Ooh, red dragon's no good. It has a weak fire breath, but that's not going to be much solace at this stage of the game. With no defense, and not a whole big pile of HP here. Maybe if we stay further west in the desert here, we can avoid them. Demon Knights, though, are no joke. Especially when they have Dragon Lord breath. That's the only direction we can explore, so depending on how much we encounter them, desert tiles are the highest encounter rate tiles in the game, along with the hilly, mountainous tiles. So it might be a bit of a challenge getting through there as we sneak level 8 in on the green dragon. And with the Spectres and the Green Dragons, this zone isn't bad. The problem is the Reds. Spectre gives us level 9. More gains in the Strength department, not much else. Red Dragon sends us back again, but notice, with fast text and everything, plus using the return spell to exit the castle, we're back out in less than 10 seconds. So a death, while grinding here next to the castle, isn't the worst thing. So it might be worthwhile to try to sit here and pick up a little bit more. But we've already picked up 2 levels beyond what we had, so looks like I'm going to take a gander, see if I can get myself through this little bottleneck here. We find blue dragons also. But I think perhaps we've gotten through that zone. Alright, we've got twin caves here. No radiant. Light up a torch and see that this is the grave. 5 total chests here. We can only check 2 of them without keys. See if we find anything of note. We've got gold, we've got fairy water, and we've got the death necklace. Could prove to be helpful later on in the game. Right now it's not of too much concern for us. And we've got the jerk. So once we have everything to make the rainbow drop, at least we know that that cave is near or close to home. Otherwise, we're running into a fair number of good Hurt Mortal enemies here, both the Knight and the Rogue Scorpion. No Hurt More resistance, and guaranteed to die in one cast. the north here we have another town. But before that, level 10. Again, another healthy strength gain. After not much in the first few levels, we've really kind of amped things up a bit, nearing 70 strength, almost 110 attack power. As we discover the town is Hawksness. We don't have Heal More, but with Erdrick Sword and Hurt More, we stand a decent chance of taking out 4 of the 6 possibilities. Here for the Spike Tile, the Red Dragon is not one of those. As we saw, we cut. Physically attacked for 50 damage. That's not going to work. Axe Knight, Armored Knight we could take out easily with Hurt More. Stone Man, Blue Dragon, reasonably so, also with Hurt More, or a combination of Hurt More and Sword Swipes. But Red Dragons and Golems, just not going to get the job done. Looks like we also have Axe Knights in the same zone with Blue Dragons and Demon Knights, so right here next to the castle has the potential to be a hard bottleneck, especially for those who don't quickly grab up the Hurt More spell. We were fortunate to take out a few green dragons to get us there early. As we find a new cave, this is the Stones Cave. Freebie chest is empty. So that means that that was an herb. Chest will come up as empty if one of the enumerated items, herbs or keys, you've already filled up your quantity of 6, or if it's one of the unique quest items that you've already found. Continuing the exploration here as we find, again, just more things to fight. Picking up level 11 and the Heal More spell. Excellent. With Heal More, we stand at least a fighting chance against the Red Dragon in Hawksness, but again, with only 76 HP, no defense of any kind, I find it fairly unlikely that the Red Dragon's going to roll low enough for us to survive that fight. It's possible with the weak fire breath, but not necessarily the most likely. Oof. Demon Knight barely survived the preemptive fire, Dragon Lord breath there. 1 HP survival. Alright, we've got another dead end up here to the north, so it looks like the only way forward again is going to be beyond the Grave, Jerk Cave, and Hawksness. We also saw a small branch point here to the north of the Stones Cave. Yeah, it looks like I recognized it, not quite right away, but there is this small area that goes through, which unfortunately has red dragons again, like the zone to the south. Oh man, we hit them on back-to-back tiles and find out the red dragon also has sleep. That's a big problem. I don't think I'm going to be heading back in that direction anytime soon. At least not until we pick up a whole bunch more HP, possibly stop spell. Probably some defense too. Well, there's the HP we needed. 28 HP there at level 12, getting us over 100. You know, I gotta be careful here. These stats are very rapidly approaching Dragon Lord readiness. In the HP category and MP categories, really, we've reached our kind of bare minimums. We only have one quest item, we're still missing Erdrick's armor, and we've made very few checks. I mean, the game seems to be continuing to throw good enemies to fight, and otherwise sending us home with red dragons and such. There's not much to do but continue forward. Checking to see that I have not yet learned Stop Spell. Gonna go ahead and skip Hawksness in favor of further exploration. We'll come back to it should we need it. Another town on the northeastern frontier. And it's the town of Remolder, so we now have key access. We could have found this area a little bit sooner than we did, because we happened to detour to the west and through Hawksness. That doesn't seem like a huge delay, but in these very fast flags, even a couple of minutes here and there really adds up quickly. So key access is going to allow us to check a lot of things, starting with the inn chest here in Remolder. We can also go back home and check the castle treasury as well as the basement, and then we can check for coordinates in Cantlin. The chest here in Remolder is empty. Again, that's going to mean that was an herb. All the shields here in Remolder, go ahead and pick up a large shield. It's our first bit of defensive equipment other than the dragon scale. It's going to help a little bit, but not much. You see the knight still punching for 23 damage. Fortunately, we've got heal more and a bunch of HP for sustainability. Ooh. Level 13, that was a pretty substantial level. 8, 17, 11, 14. These stats are not quite Dragon Lord ready, but they are really close. We need to get out there and find the things. We need to find them fast. If I had the repel spell, now would be a good time to use it. Try to get rid of some of these, you know, useless enemies, things like ghosts, drakeys, slimes. And with our poor defense, we're not going to be repelling a ton, but at least some of the early mid-game enemies we would also eliminate. Just trying to save some time. Looks like we're near the northern edge of the map. We'll check this area that's likely to be a dead end first, and then we'll go back across the swamp. Axe Knights have heal more. We can bypass that by swinging, then hurt mooring. Again, the game just continues to throw really, really good enemies at us. Werewolves, Axe Knights, Druid Lords. Things that are going to go down in, you know, a hurt more in a swing, or even less. Star Wyverns as well. Just racking up the experience points. Alright, we've got a cave here. A couple of caves, actually. The first is the mountain cave. Okay, 5 more chests available for us to check here. Highest concentration of chests left outside of Charlotte Castle. Still looking for the stones, the harp, the armor. We find a cursed belt. So at least one search tile will have an item. Chest 2 is the fairy flute. So, the search tiles are now limited to just things that we are interested in at this point. torch and some gold in the top chests, one chest remaining here. Then we can bug out. Might be worthwhile at this stage as well to just take a death refill. That way we can look for a gold grind in the castle. We know that there is a silver shield available. We could also try to pick up some better armor. On the other side, we are quite far from home. We have another cave to explore right next door, and it might be better to just go ahead and get exploration done while we're here, rather than bank on a gold grind. Red dragons just seem to be all over the map. Fortunately, we got the crit on that one. We can now fight them and take them out. As we pick up level 15. Wait, sorry, 15? 14, excuse me. Alright, the other cave is Tablet Cave. One chest, no encounters here. Resources starting to run a little bit thin, only 28 MP left. 22 after we cast outside here. And we find wings. We've also got a town up here, as soon as we get through this swamp. It's the town of Cole. Another search tile to check here. It's the Silver Harp. Okay, we're narrowing the field of things that we still need. Check the equipment shop, find a full plate armor, finally. We have something to protect us other than a shield and our incredible offense. It's going to go a long way toward making those red dragons a little bit less dangerous. Even though they still have sleep, at least perhaps this buys us an extra, attack of being asleep. Alright, we've gone from the southeastern corner where the castle is, all the way up to the northeastern corner with Remolder, now to the northwestern third corner of the map, where we found a couple of caves and coal. Another town, it's Garinham or Breck. It's Breck. Sad trombone. Breck in this case is virtually useless. I could have picked up some fairy water or something in there, but otherwise we're really looking for Garinham and its 3 chests, the cave in the back as well. At this stage, not too many places left that things can be. We still have the search tile in Hawksnest, which we can probably get at this point. We have the potential for a search tile on the overworld via Cantlin, which we can check now that we have keys, as well as the 4 chests in the back of... Sorry, in the Castle Treasury, and in the back of the castle. I think I'm just trying to wrap up the exploration here. I think this cave is Mountain Cave. Just double checking while we take out the red dragon here to make sure. Don't want to end the exploration too soon and have to come all the way back up here. Yep, there's the other cave. That's the tablets. Let's go home. Got to mark keys off here on the tracker. Let's go ahead and get that. Clearly we have them. As in the treasure we find gold, a torch, which we have several of already, and a replacement key, so no significant help there in the treasury. In the back, we're going to have Swamp or Staff Turn-In. Either one would be good. We already have the Silver Harp, so we're ready for the Staff Turn-In. If it's Swamp Cave, it may lead into Garinham and 3 more chests. Turns out it is the Swamp Cave. Let's go ahead and add the Staff of Rain to our inventory. Still no repel spell here at level 14, so we will have to deal with some annoying encounters here and there. And also now with the full plate of armor, we're starting to defense break some of the mid to late game enemies as we pick up level 15. Stats looking really strong for Dragon Lord fight right now. Nearly Death Necklace HP, already have good attack power regardless. We need to hurry and find what we need to find. Dipping here into Cantlin, braving the barrier tiles in order to talk with the old man and see if there's something hiding on the overworld map. There is. It's 18 paces north and 2 east, so very countable. Actually, very close to where we are. So I'm going to go ahead and check that right away. Again, it's going to be either the armor or the stones. There's nothing else on the overworld it can be. It's the Stones of Sunlight. Okay. That's good and bad. On one hand, that gives us the last quest item we need. We can now go ahead and get our rainbow drop. Turn-in Cave is just here to the north. The bad thing about that is that it leaves a lot of open possibilities still for the armor. We have the bottom 2 chests in the grave. We have the 3 chests in Garinham, which we've yet to find. We've also got the 7 chests in Sharlock. If that was the armor there, we would only have the 5 outside the castle to search. Thought I was going to pass the Jerk Cave there for a moment, but we dipped in. We can pick up our rainbow drop, so if we were to know the location of Sharlock, that would be the highest density of chests left to check, and with short Sharlock, it's not a long, arduous journey into the castle to check those chests. You're on the floor to start. Forgot to mention we also have the search tile in Hawksness, so all that may be moot. We've only found 1 cursed belt. We've gotten 2 search tile items, so no guarantee there's anything here. It'd be nice if there were. Red dragons have been just an adventure this season. We've taken out a good 4 or 5 of them up in the northwestern section of the map, but the one there on the search tile remembered it knew how to cast sleep, slept us, and wrecked us, so we're going to have to walk back and try that again. The concern I have is that there's not many places left to explore. We saw the area north of the Stones Cave that we got stonewalled by red dragons earlier, as the Demon Knight very nearly takes us out again, proving that even at level 15, both of those enemies that we saw very early in the seed still almost as dangerous as they were then. We have that area that stonewalled us with red dragons earlier, and outside of perhaps a small area of land northwest of Hawksness, I'm not sure what else to check. So that's a little bit concerning. We haven't even found Sharlock yet. So I'm really hoping the armor is here. And instead of going for the tile, trying to fight, I see next level at 6,500 experience points. Level 16 is guaranteed to provide all spells. We don't have stop spell yet. We pick it up at 15, we go into the red dragon fight, we cast it, try to protect ourselves from sleep. I like it. Takes a little bit of time, and the enemies here are really not conducive to picking up 100 XP, apparently. Spectre obliges, though. Again, stats are already Dragon Lord ready. Does stop spell succeed? It does. So we are now safe in this fight, as long as we don't make any menuing mistakes. Of course, the red dragon forgets that it knows how to cast sleep, so it didn't matter. But on the search tile, there found nothing. So the search goes on for the missing armor and the missing locations. I'm not sure what made me turn around there. I think I thought that when I went north and west there that it was the same area that I had already explored. Near Remolder, and perhaps it is. I didn't see it by following the southern coast. I followed the eastern and northern coast. So it's really difficult to say without actually mapping it out more closely, but this is the area that I was stonewalled earlier, and it looks like that's where I'm going to check next. Only to see that I was, what, a tile or two from seeing Sharlock over here? Outstanding. It's a dead end, though, so Grinham is still out there, along with the Swamp Cave somewhere. We already have the Rainbow Drop. Let's go and check the chest here in Sharlock. Or not. I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure what my thought process was here. One of two things. Either A, I forgot that it's short Sharlock, and, you know, since my resources were quite depleted, I wanted to go home and make sure I was full for the dive, so I would be able to get down there, check the chests, forgetting that it's only about a 20 to 30 step walk to do so. Or, I'm thinking, if the armor's here, we're going to pick it up and we're going to go and win. Our stats are plenty good to do that. Either way, whatever works, probably should have just gone in and checked them first, because there's only a little over a 50% chance that the armor's even here, right? 7 chests in Sharlock, 5 chests outside of it, 3 in Grinham, 2 at the bottom of the grave. Rainbow Drop utilized. And here, our short Sharlock dumping us on Basement 7. With lots of checks to make. In the first chest, we have Erdrick's armor. Okay, never mind. Nothing left to check. Let's go win. Looking at the Dragon Lord math, we're doing 8 to 16 damage, 12 on average. It's roughly 13 to 14 attacks to win, with 15 heal mores is well more than enough, and that's with 130 plus HP, so likely to get at least a couple of double attacks in this fight if I don't use the Death Necklace. If I do, and my attack power goes up, even more likely that we win this fight. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Armored Knight has sleep, and he almost took us out there. We were down to our last little bits of HP. We survive. We burn the MP, knowing that we have plenty of resources to get through the DL fight here. Go ahead and utilize the Death Necklace. So at the cost of 25% of our max HP, we're going to go down to 99. Actually, it'll be 100. Tracker says 99, but it isn't rounded properly. It increases our attack power by 10. So instead of 8 to 16, we'll be doing 10 to 21. Opening with, I think that was a 20. Might have missed an attack in there. 34. 49. 59. 75. 87. 102. 121. 140. 158. Dragon Lord has between 150 and 165 HP. The counting was almost academic at that point because we were virtually guaranteed to win barring a miss menu. So Bomberman returns to the king, the hero of Alucard having slain the Dragon Lord in 33 minutes and 17 seconds. That was fast even for these very fast seed flags. Starting with the sword, racking up HP at the beginning, I think really got us running. We saw lots of good enemies, the scorpions, the skeletons, etc. in the zone immediately to the east of the castle. We did sneak in a specter or something here and there. We also picked up Hurtmore fairly early by doing so as well. That allowed us to take out the specters more easily. It also allowed us to take out some green dragons and such that were just to the north of that. That said, we did face a lot of adversity from those red dragons, demon knights, etc. that with their DL2 breath, that really bottlenecked the only way forward, just north of the castle, which took its toll. I mean, we took at least half a dozen deaths just in that zone, even in the later part of the run, as we saw at level 15, losing to a red dragon in Hawksness, and nearly losing to a demon knight on the walk back to try again. But once we got out exploring, especially past that bottleneck, I liked that I continued to take advantage of the enemies and the XP that the game consistently was feeding us. But as we said, I was very over-leveled for the Dragon Lord fight. Really, probably level 14 was the first reasonably viable level, particularly with Short Charlock in play, so we'll just have to see how that affects our finish. I also got to skip Garinham, Deepgrave, and the Second Continent entirely, if that was necessary, by getting into Charlock and finding the armor there first, so that is a big plus. As I alluded to a little bit earlier, I was getting a little bit scared that I may have missed something in the mapping, because there was really only one area left, northwest of Hawksness, that may not have even had anything in it. And walking around recanvassing the map looking for missing locations would have been devastating to our time. We've seen it in previous weeks. The slowest thing you do in this game is walk around, and especially with fast text and speed hacks, that is even more so the case. So that's going to bring us to the highly anticipated results for this week's Seed of the Week. Let's take a look. Honestly, this one really blows my mind. Over 2.5 minutes clear of the field in this flag set on this fast of a seed. I really don't know. Maybe the bottleneck caught people harder than I thought. And we either got lucky pushing through, or maybe the early level grind to snag Hurtmore made a bigger difference. We didn't just get 2 or 3 levels, we got up to level 9 before pushing through or making a concerted effort to do so. Maybe skipping those extra locations turned out to be an even bigger time save. Maybe we find Garinham, or we find the Swamp Cave or something in that area we hadn't explored yet. Takes us over to the Second Continent to find Garinham. It's hard to say. I suppose everyone also could have gotten the same extra levels that we did just to survive the exploration phase, so that wasn't really a time loss, and regardless, there's lots of different ways to look at it for analysis purposes, but whatever the case, while it didn't feel great taking so many deaths, it did work out in the end, so I can't complain. Next week, though, maybe fewer red dragons, less Dragon Lord breath, less sleep, and less heart attacks as we near the finish line, like we did to that armored knight, where he put us to sleep and tried to end our run. In any case, that's going to do it for this week's Seed of the Week. If you enjoyed the content, please feel free to like the video, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel for more. Come visit over at twitch.tv/diabetes2. For more Dragon Warrior Randomizer and other similar gameplay. Occasionally I'll do a vanilla speedrun, but it's been a bit since I've had the time to put 6-7 hours together to do so. Also a reminder to check out the description below for more information about the Seed of the Week, the Randomizer, and the DWR Discord community. Also remember that Randomania is hosting the Tournament of Hope to benefit the Bale Project January 29th through February 7th, and I'll be racing in the DWR tournament on the 29th starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. I don't think the full schedule of events for the full week is available yet, but there are sure to be lots of other great runs and races throughout the week, and all for a great cause, so I would encourage you to check those out as well. But until next time, this is Diabetes2. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care.